We are testing at the moment.
Mm-hmm. Is it live?
I'm about to find out.
All right. I don't see no links.
Yep, it's live.
Is it? Oh, yep. There it go. Let me hit that share button.
Yeah, hit the share button. Okay. Let me just fix this up real quick, y'all.
All right. Do your thing. I'm sharing the link out. Let me go ahead and hit that. There we go.
Is there anything in the settings that can take me out of it, or I just have to leave?
No, well, no, it's cool. If you gotta leave, you can just leave.
No, I'm saying right because Q's thing.
Because I'm next to you.
You can't. Can you minimize yourself? You think?
All right, so
because that's what they do with me. That's why I'm small like that. See, because if I do this,
that change up my screen.
See, if I do that, I come back in like that.
Nah.
So I'm saying
minimize. So I just hold on because I think I just minimized, but
okay. So on your okay.
Maybe it looks like but it doesn't show on the other end. I think.
Okay. Well, first of all.
Oh, you. I don't know.
Work in progress, everybody. So, I know we
Are you able to go to Q's 3 dots and press full screen?
All right. So right now, from what I'm seeing on my phone, I can still see Q. I can still see Primetime's logo, and I see myself.
I mean, if that's how you want it.
Yeah. If I hit full screen on it right now. Okay. Yeah. So I just got you Prime, and then just and me.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Wait, go to pin. Go to pin.
Look. We ain't even start. We got people hating. Shut up. You're mad.
Go to pin.
Your boy Cody Rose ain't never see 5 mil. Shut up.
Wait, you said what? You said what, Prime?
My fault.
See what happens when you press pin Q.
Okay.
And here hating. We ain't even start the show yet. We ain't even start the show yet.
Okay, I got it. Let's see. Here we go. Let's see. Pin. All right, it makes them look bigger.
Boy wrote a whole dissertation on Twitter about Cody Rhodes. Shut up.
Is that better for you, Prime?
That's cool. I see it on my screen. That's cool.
Yeah. Okay, that's cool. All right. So everybody's filing into the chat. So here we go. We about to have a good live stream. So everybody, welcome to the stream. Welcome to the Nerd Coach Studios live stream. Sorry there wasn't no opening. Sorry we got this up, so we're doing that. Sorry my doors in the back are very excited. You should know who Stone Cold is, but she's always excited. We're here for WWE WrestleMania 38 Night 1 review. All right, 2-night WrestleMania. We know how to go. First of all, it was a lot. Q-Flow, did you see Stand and Deliver earlier, right?
I caught the tail end of it low key because because I was out and about. I didn't know it was going to be on that early.
Yeah, trust me, I do understand. So at first I was thinking about doing a combined one, but right now I think I'm gonna just focus on WrestleMania 38, and I'll probably just do a Stand and Deliver one, and y'all probably can see it tomorrow. And do it that way, but focus on the live stuff for the WrestleMania and things like that.
Yeah.
So we can coordinate like that. So I appreciate everybody coming to the chat. So what's up, everybody up in the chat and everything like that?
Got the gang in here. It's my God, man.
Yeah, I appreciate all y'all. I appreciate the love, man. So we in this joint. So WrestleMania Night 1, I'm telling you right now, it shocked me. I'm ready to argue with people because it shocked me because we was already doing a prediction about it, and I already said that this thing was going to be WrestleMania. You know what I'm saying? So I was called WrestleMania. But I ain't gonna lie. Bianca and Becky delivered. Seth and Cody delivered. Stone Cold was great. Charlotte and Ronda did not.
Charlotte, are you serious? I thought it did.
What? No, I'm sorry.
You know what? I think they picked up. They picked up towards the end.
What did I tell you?
When they started doing all that, when they started doing all them reversals, I'm like, okay, this is getting good. It was looking like a game of Tekken.
Yeah, look, I told you. Didn't I say keep Charlotte or your fans?
Bro, that's too big of a gamble, bro. It's too. Bro, it's Charlotte and Ronda. That's too big of a gamble. I could gamble Usos and Boogs in them. I'm not gambling losing points or winning with Charlotte versus Ronda. I don't care. I regret nothing. I can't listen. I walked out with 30 points. I'm good.
Well, we still got 92 to go. So yeah, I know. So guys, you got to get into obviously everything that went on with WrestleMania Night 1. First of all, I finally seen the stage. I didn't see when Dude Perfect revealed the stage and like that, so I had to say the stage looks good. You know,
yeah, stage was fire.
I think it looked better than WrestleMania 32. I thought it was a really creative stage. You know, so I really enjoyed the stage. And I didn't see any pre-show. I know there wasn't no pre-show matches. Obviously.
It wasn't no pre-show matches. It was just they was just showing like vignettes and stuff. Bro, I ain't gonna lie. I thought it started. I checked the time. I thought it started at 6. I'm like, okay, we got WrestleMania while the sun's still up.
Yeah.
Boy, I turned that pre-show off, went right to the game.
You know, I wasn't. Well, dude, I was still working, so I was like, all right, well, it started at 8:00. I'm like, all right, cool. Stone Cold whooping ass by 11, so I'm cool. And I know we're gonna be on the late night stream, so I appreciate y'all hanging out for us for a while. So why don't we just get up into this joint? So, we kick off. Well, of course, you have the national anthem. You know, some country singers I didn't know too much of who they were, so they had that. But then we go into our first matchup where we have. For the Smackdown Tag Team Championships, the Usos, because you know the Murder Usos like to wear all white. I ain't gonna say the other thing because I'm live right now. The Murder Usos like to wear all white, man. We got that versus Shinsuke Nakamura and Rick Boogs. Now, don't get me wrong. I mean, they had an interest. I mean, even though when Nakamura was coming down, you know how he gets to the side before he goes up the stairs. The two guys that was behind him, I was like, was not hype at all. I was like, y'all picked the worst two guys to be there.
They really did.
You know, sucking all the fun out of this joint. And I was like, okay, so let's get right on to the matchup. It was a what you call simple tag team matchup. When Rick Boogs comes in there, Rick Boogs is hitting all his shit. He's doing the deadlift suplex. He's doing the squat down on one knee. Because this is all what Rick Boogs' game is to be and everything like that.
Right.
And then Rick Boogs somebody said, wait a minute. Is that Rick Boogs or is that John Cena? Because he wanted to get both Usos on his shoulders to do whatever he was trying to do. I don't know, but he ain't Cena. But he blew his knee out. He blew his knee out. Here's the thing. I really thought it was like, you know, part of the match. But then when he was still out there, and I was like, I did not see Rick Boogs coming there to break up no pins or nothing like that. And then Nakamura just got the super kick and then got the Uso splash. And I was just like,
caught the windy.
After he kicked out of there, I was like, oh, because I thought maybe that could have been when Rick Boogs was supposed to come back in. I'm not sure, but when he was still on the outside, I was like, this man is injured. So then he does that, and then he goes and he gets the 1D, and then they lose the matchup. So that was the opener. That's not what I was expecting for the opener, to be honest. But
man, listen, we the ones, man. I keep trying to tell y'all.
Sure
we the ones, man.
All right, man, look, I was wrong with that prediction. I was like, but you know, y'all we need some more legit tag teams up on SmackDown. So that was opening match. What you think of the opening matchup?
It was pretty basic. It was pretty basic. It was a basic tag match. It could have been on Friday night, honestly. Yeah. You know, it was a cool opener. We've seen better openers. We've seen worse openers. It was a cool opener. It was in between.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, like I said, it was just there. It was a Raw SmackDown match at best. I do agree with Range in the chat. That's basically what it was. So we're gonna go into the next one, but hold on. Before we go into that, I also want to say that, you know, my man, because I didn't introduce Freshman Flo to the stream, and also I'm Mr. A&D. Everybody was there, so welcome to Nerd Studios. And also over next to Freshman Flo is Primetime. Primetime can't come in at the moment right now. He's on mute, but I do know when we get to a certain thing, he may have to chime in and give his, his 2 cents.
Give his 2 cents.
So, and all that great stuff. So, moving on to the next match, we have make sure I'm looking at my notes right here. Drew McIntyre taking on Happy Corbin. Another match I was just like, it don't need
filler.
Filler. If you ask anybody back before day 1 in January, what would Drew McIntyre be doing at WrestleMania? Happy Corbin didn't even make the list. He wasn't at the bottom of the list. He didn't even make the list, to be real with you. But here we are, and we get the matchup, which was basically a basic Baron Corbin Drew McIntyre match, which went on longer than I thought it should have to be. I know it would be a squash.
It was, definitely longer than necessary.
Yeah. Madcap and Corbin came out in the white and all that stuff like that. But the real highlight of the match is after Corbin hits the end of days and McIntyre kicks out, because I don't think nobody kicked out the end of days before. The way they said that. Yeah, so Drew kicks out of that, but then he hits the Claymore kick and then wins the matchup. And then as he celebrates with his sword, Madcap comes up on the ring apron and Drew just points the sword towards his direction and turns over. And I was just like, well, you're not going to hit him with the sword, because that is Vince McMahon's legit sword. So we know that, and I'm like, well, it's sharp. I'm like, he's not going to hit him with a sharp sword.
I'm getting tired of the sword, honestly.
Really?
Yeah. Okay. And this is coming from the sword collector. Like, I'm tired of the sword, bro.
I can't argue with you on that one. So when as he's standing there, he picks up the sword. I was always going to be like he tries to attack Madcap, he got flies with the ring, but he did that. But he cut the ring ropes. He cut them down, which was
stupid. I mean, bro, we got 5 other matches to do. You were selfish.
Oh man, you hate on Drew like that?
Nah, man, he got me some points. I ain't mad.
So yeah, he cut that down. I was like, first of all, just to look at it, the sight of it, it looked cool. And then you start drawing like, oh, somebody come out here and fix these ring ropes, though. Like, seriously. But overall, just that's the sight of like, actually seeing the sword in action and breaking the table and breaking the rope, stuff like that. I don't know if he tried to get all 3, but he damn sure got 2 of them ropes.
Right. Hey, Prom. Shut up. Anyway. He talking about I wouldn't have been tired if it was Doggy Kruger's sword. Talk about wrestling, sir. We talking about wrestling.
So, he did that. So then, of course, we had to have a little video package. So, they could fix the ring, And then we go into our third matchup, which was the Mysterios versus the Miz and Logan Paul. Wow, look, everybody that was at my house, from Chubbs to my sister and her boyfriend and everything, we was just like, yo, we gotta kick Logan Paul's ass.
Right.
We gotta kick Logan Paul's fucking ass. We tired of this shit. And then I was like, that's what I was looking for. I was like, I swear to God, Mysterio better not take no heat from Logan Paul. Well, was I wrong on that one?
Logan Paul was not bad.
Logan Paul, come on, man. Don't give me out here trying to give me...
Bro, he wasn't bad.
I know he wasn't bad, but I don't want to admit that. I'll be honest. I'm telling y'all right now. Y'all look at me right now. I don't even want to say that. And I mean, I will. I mean, like, he was in the wrong corner trying to make that tag.
Yeah.
He was in. I was like, okay, get back in the corner. But then, he gives a British Bulldog style power slam to Dominic. The one thing about Logan Paul with his offense was he was like hanging on too long to these moves. Like, he would do the power slam and just stand that be over them. Then like get up. I was like, kind of hanging on a little bit too long. But he did the power slam to Dominic.
He was doing them Bobby Lashley suplexes.
Yeah.
When Bobby do a little hop with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was doing those. I'm like, ooh.
Talk about getting some heat as we're into the matchup, and Ray tries to do the Three Amigos. I think he was trying to do it on the Miz, and then the Miz counters, because he tried to do the whole Three Amigos and Frog Splash combo. But then Logan Paul comes in, hits the Three Amigos. Hits the Three Amigos on Rey Mysterio, and this is the only credit you're gonna hear me to give Logan Paul, that he swung the legs better than Mysterio did. Because I'm like, every time somebody does the Three Amigos, they can't swing them.
They don't do it right. Yeah.
And I was like, Logan came kind of close to swinging them legs the right way, and I was just like, oh, he's not doing this. And then he hits the frog splash on top of that
with the shimmy.
Yeah, with the shot. Talk about getting some
organic heat. Organic heel heat, bro.
Oh, because I was sitting there pissed, and I was like, but then Dominic, like, he was almost late to break up the pin, but he
he missed that pin, bro.
Yeah,
he missed it. That camera switched off real quick, but Dom missed that. They should have been lost.
Yeah, they take Logan Paul down to the spot they've been building up for weeks. They hit the double 619 on Logan Paul, but then let's see what happens. The Miz comes in, and as Ray's going for a cover, Miz takes Dom, slams Dom on Ray, and then it's the Soul Crush finale on Ray, and the Miz and Logan Paul pick up the win. Right. So I was like, okay, well, they pick up the win here, and then the Miz is staring down Logan Paul, and then the Miz turns on Logan Paul and gives him a Soul Crush finale, and I was just like,
not the turn we were looking for. Like,
y'all trying to turn him babyface? Like, are you fucking kidding me? No,
that's not going to work. Like, he's still going to get hated. Like, he's still going to get the hate.
Oh yeah, hand raised. Number one, I'm going to be the guy that's still going to be giving out the hate. But yeah, so
Ray and Dominic doing the entrance was good.
The entrance was good. First of all, I was loving the whole Rey Mysterio gear. First of all, Logan Paul had this rare, like one of the rarest Pokemon cards.
But it's not he got the wrong card though. It's a fake.
Troll.
So he's like, I don't know why he's still flashing it around, but all right.
I was like, don't do this to me. But then I was like, okay. It was coasting. Okay, like I said, the sore spot was probably the biggest thing that happened. Logan Paul actually being decent. You know what I'm saying? Was okay. And then, of course, had the Miz turn on him, for that stuff like that. But other than that, it was just kind of quiet. Then to me, this is when WrestleMania picked up. Because the next match is for the Raw Women's Championship. We have Bianca Belaire versus Becky Lynch. They showed the story. This has been brewing since SummerSlam, when Becky beat Bianca in 26 seconds, and now it was like Bianca has fought because she got into the back of the line, worked her way back up front, and ran fades all the way to the front. Exactly, to go up against Becky Lynch. So they, we're telling the story. They actually only one that kept consistent, honestly. So I was like, okay, well, you know what? I'm ready to do this. It's time to shut up and go out there and deliver. First off, shout out to the entrances, both of them.
Right.
Becky Lynch. So, Q4 stepped off real quick, but Becky Lynch had the whole MCU entrance. So what I mean by,
is that what that was?
That's what that was. So if you watch any MCU movie, at the beginning where they show Iron Man.
Oh yeah. That's right.
She did have the Marvel, all the clips of all the movies, and it turns over to the Marvel Studios. Well, I
didn't know what the costume was though. That's why I was asking.
I don't know what. At first, I thought the costume was it was looking like what's the joint? Cruella. That's what I was thinking it was.
Yeah.
Or some kind of Disney person. I'm not sure. But they did that, and as they were showing all her clips, stuff like that, it turned into big time. I was like, I like that entrance. And she came out in that white truck, and then she came down, and I was like, you know what? Despite Becky, or how I feel about Big Time Bex, she had a dope entrance, and I was like, well, we're not just going to have Becky come out with a whole Marvel entrance, with a nice truck and everything, and Bianca ain't gonna get nothing. Well, hell, Bianca said, I got something for you. Then they had these two drill guys out. Then Charles was here watching with me. He was just like, wait a minute, I think that's an HBCU. And I said, because at first he thought it was Texas A&M. I was like, I don't know if that's an HBCU or not.
That's not a, no.
Yeah, and I was just like, I don't think that it is. But it's Southern Texas University, and which is an HBCU. And they came out, their whole band, and came out and performed Bianca Belaire's song. So I thought that was dope. Shit, it was out there, and first I was like, oh, they just played that. I was like, oh, I hear the dun, 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 dun,
yeah, you hear the little bass line part.
Yeah, and then when that happened, then Bianca Belaire came out. She was looking fly, and she came out there, and everybody was on Bianca's side. It was a really dope match. They both had dope entrances, and I was like, yo, man, shout out Bianca Belaire, And she do her own gear too. Yeah.
So that was because she put the EST in her braid.
Yeah. All that was dope, and I'm just like, this woman is going to be a true superstar in this business.
Oh yeah, that's a fact.
She's going to be a true, like, I really believe her and Rhea Ripley are going to run that women's division. Like the Four Horsewomen had their thing, but her and Rhea Ripley are going to run this thing going into the future. Yeah. So
for sure.
I thought both entrances were dope. Shout out to Bianca Belaire because giving HBCU they love and stuff like that. So I was like, yeah, I love all that stuff. So we saw the matchup. Bianca puts her hand out. Like they are really redoing the whole SummerSlam thing. So she puts the hand out. And then Becky actually gives her the forearm, tries to go for the rock bottom or the Becky bottom, whatever she calls it. But then
the manhandle slam.
The manhandle slam. Oh, that's the worst. And then she does for the manhandle slam. Bianca gets out of it, tries to go for the KOD. I was like, we gonna do it the opposite way. But then
I thought that was happening.
Becky lays on her feet, gives her the manhandle slam, and pins her. Yo, I'm going to give credit to Bianca right now. She had me. Because she waited till the absolute smallest time to kick out. And I was they showed the crowd. The crowd was just like, yo, we can't do this again. Like, we really can't do this again. Like, I almost think that they would have caused a riot if it happened the same way twice.
Wrestlemania would be canceled.
Bro, I ain't going to lie to you. I'm not into the cancel culture, but WWE got to go. It got to go if that was to happen again. But they did a good job convincing me that was what was going to happen. That was going to happen. Bianca kicks out. So both of them are having a good matchup as they are trying to outmaneuver each other. Becky Lynch at one point drapes Bianca across the top rope, and then they do she does a dropkick for the top rope to Bianca, and Bianca kicks out, and then they go to the outside for a little bit, and then Bianca does a Becky was against the ring, and Bianca ran to the handstand and bounced off the ropes and came down and then gave a suplex to Becky Lynch on the outside. I was like,
that was fire.
This woman came prepared. She came prepared. Then there was one point, because I always said this when it comes to Becky Lynch matches. I love Becky Lynch. I think Becky Lynch is good. But one thing Becky Lynch, she gets no air from any of her aerial offense at all. She gets none.
Yeah, when she was doing that whole blitz thing, when she was trying to get the pins and just couldn't get the pins, I'm like, you look weird. Stop.
Yeah, I mean, she kept trying. She was getting frustrated. So she goes to the top, and she goes for the Molly go-around from the top. I never seen Becky do this before. But like I said, Becky gets no lift in any of her aerial offense at all. It's like when she just falls off the top rope. So as she's coming down, she catches Bianca square in her eye. And I don't think people caught that the first time. They had to go back the second time and show it again. And it shows slow motion. The heel of Becky's boot catches Bianca right in her left eye. And what's happened, that joint starts swelling up during the match. So if y'all missed that, y'all make sure y'all got to go back and check that out. So,
right.
She throws Bianca to the steel, and then she gives Bianca a manhandle slam on the steel steps. Goes back in there, referee's going for the count, but Bianca kind of dives back into the ring, and then Becky tries to go for it again, but then Bianca gives her a manhandle slam. Becky's holding on to the ropes. Bianca almost loses balance, but holds on to Becky. That was very impressive because I was like, you could have easily fell over, got injured, whatever the case may be. And gives her a KOD to the outside of the ring. And then she tries to go in and roll in, but then that's when Becky rolls to the other side. And I think that's when the manhandle slam happened on the steel steps. But then she tries to go for it. So to finish in the matchup, she goes for the manhandle slam again. But then, but it's like Bianca's like, dead weight right now. She's like trying to pick her up. And then she goes for it, but as she lifts her up, Bianca goes to the second rope, does a backflip, and then catches Becky and puts her in the KOD. 1, 2, 3. Bianca Belaire is your new Raw Women's Champion.
Got her belt back.
Well, you know what's funny? That ain't even her belt. Her belt was a SmackDown one.
Oh snap! It was the SmackDown one.
Exactly. So she got new Raw. So this woman has went to WrestleMania on big profile matches 2 years in a row and won a championship 2 years in a row.
She undefeated at WrestleMania right now.
Yeah, I'm about to say, yeah. And like I said, she had a big match. So this woman, like I'm saying, she is. They clearly have a superstar for her.
Yeah. Hold on. Yeah, somebody said it. She beat 3 out of the 4. She's got to beat Charlotte, and Charlotte wanted to lose to her earlier.
She did. So So I thought that was great. I was like, now I said I am really invested in this matchup. So, how did you feel about the match? Your thoughts on it?
Oh yeah, definitely. It was a great match. It was a great match. I'm happy for Bianca. Like this was, like you said, this was probably the most consistent storytelling they had. She went to the back of the line, ran her fades all the way to the front, and got her belt. Look, Black excellence.
Yeah, I say so. I'm Bianca. I was like, yeah. So it was dope, man. Y'all need to go back and check it. That match right there is what got the party started. And I'm like, you know what? Honestly,
they really did not drop the.
Say what?
I was about to say I don't think they dropped the ball after this. Like,
no, they did everything from here on now. It minus Charlotte and Ronda. I know it was good. So
we disagree on that one.
Next up, we have Seth Rollins versus his mystery opponent. So, who is the mystery opponent going to be? I'm like, I know who it is. Okay, everybody knows.
We all knew who it was.
It's the worst kept secret. Everybody talk about, so what if it's Elias? What if it's? I'm like, please.
Did you hear what? No. Let's stop there real quick. Did you hear about Elias?
No. What's going on with Elias?
They told this man for his new gimmick to shave his hair, and he did it. What happened though? They didn't run it by Vince, and Vince didn't want him to do that, so they got him waiting to grow all his hair back.
Facial or long hair?
His head.
Oh my God! Wow. Yeah, Vince like, you gonna be off TV. We went to say
until you grow your hair back.
Until you grow your hair back. That's crazy,
bruh.
Yeah, we gonna be. I think you go your hair quarter of an inch every month. So it's gonna be a minute. It's gonna be a minute.
But yeah, we all knew who it was, but it was just fun, with the Shane McMahon jokes because they said they was bringing Shane back for WrestleMania.
According to some text messages, you did not know who it was, Q. Don't act like you knew who it was.
I said I didn't know who it was from the fireworks. We all knew who it was. Shut up.
That's that's the giveaway. The fireworks.
I don't know the dude fireworks. What you want me to say?
Everybody he has an abundance of fireworks. Like fireworks just going off for no reason.
Yo, how many times I gotta say I don't know the dude fireworks?
Look, it's the way that because as soon as first of all, Seth Rollins comes out. I was just like, he's giving me very.
What was his fit? Because I couldn't tell. What his
it looked like lingerie.
Yeah, that's what the wrestling chat was saying. That it looked like lingerie.
That's what kind of did. So he probably had like a late night. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. I was like, it was giving me very Diana Ross going on. That's what my wife was saying. So he comes out with that blueness on, all that sparkle jazz and all stuff like that. But I was just like. Because somebody was like, hey, could it possibly be the Fiend? And I was just like, no, it ain't gonna be Fiend. But when I heard the pop, I was like, that's probably doing that all the time when we be talking about AEW and everything like that. And I'm just like, it's Cody. And then it was funny because the people that was over at my house watching, they was like, they don't watch AEW. And I was like, trust me. And they said, well, what if the fireworks do that? I was like, it's Cody. And then when Cody's music played, he came up from the ground. I was like, Cody's gonna do his whole AEW entrance. I'm just like, now it's warranted because it's WrestleMania, because Cody be doing that shit on a regular Dynamite. Okay, picture that.
He had to come out and talk, come out and just say hi, guys. He do that. So yeah,
like that. As you see the entrance cue, this is your first time like doing the power stuff like that. This is a WrestleMania style entrance. But this is the way Cody be coming out on Dynamite.
Oh yeah, I heard. We poached his whole AEW entrance.
Yeah, it was. They copied and pasted. I was just like, you know, if they wanted Brandy would have came out. You know, if they wanted,
bring the dog too.
I'm about to say, bring the dog back.
Bring them all.
Bring that whole.
Go get Arn too. Go bring Arn here too.
Block
man.
Anderson, bro. Look, just bring the whole Nightmare family back, because you know what it's about. So, that's what happened. So, they get to the ring. They do the stare down. The crowd is eating this thing up. So, the match begins. Now, I am going to admit, at the beginning, they went a little slow, because I was like, this is going to be a Cody.
Oh yeah.
Because Cody think like Edge. I was like, he going to have like a 20-something minute match. That's what Cody want to do. It started off slow, but Cody, it was just doing kind of grapples and tying up each other. Then Cody kind of like arm dragged Seth Rollins down. Then did the cartwheel and did the whole Stardust taunt. It was like, y'all see it? Now it's over, because I probably not doing this shit again. But he did do the Stardust thing. I was like, oh snap! But yeah, so Corey Graves was like, there's now behind him now. He's showing that I'm at the next level. So. Seth Rollins and Cody tried to do a spot where I've seen this happen like plenty of times. You really got to be on your toes and nail it. Where Seth goes for a suplex, but then he drapes to the outside, and then Cody goes to the suplex, and Seth goes to the outside. He's supposed to land on his feet. Cody's supposed to flip over and land on his feet, and they suplex each other on the outside. Well, it ain't work that way, because they just both collapsed over the rope and like hit hard. So, and like I said, throughout the matchup, things were going a little bit slow. But to me, it picked up when he was on the outside. Cody runs to the steel steps to go do for his his leaping insecurity kick. But then Seth Rollins caught him in the powerbomb. Well, almost dropped him, picked him back up and gave him a buckle bomb right on the side of the announce table. Well, not on the side, but he right there on the back mat of the announce table. So, they go back into the ring, have more exchange. But then Cody, I know, hits the crossroads. I was like, that's kind of early. But Seth kicks out of the crossroads. So then they go back and forth. He gets Cody on the top rope. He hits what he hit the Dolph Ziggler at SummerSlam 2018, I think it was, where he did that reverse Falcons there, reverse superplex on the top, and then did the reverse DDT right on the Cody, and Cody kicks out of that. Then Seth's gonna go for the pedigree. Then Cody, he's gonna go for the pedigree. It's after Rollins does his his Phoenix Splash roll through, and as Cody goes for it, Prime knows the numbers better than I do. I believe he hit a Tiger Drive, what they call a Tiger Drive of 99. It's league between 97, 98, 99. It's one of them.
I think this is 97.
97, okay, yeah, because it's
97.
Yeah, literally, it's like the one where you do a double hook and hold on and do a pile drive is like a 98. There's a 99. So there's so many Tiger Drivers. I was like, it's one of them. So I think he did a Tiger Drive 97. Then he does his run up the ropes and does a Cody cutter. Clean Cody cutter.
Clean.
Yeah.
Clean.
Rollins kicks out of that. Then Rollins comes out and hits a pedigree on Cody Rhodes. But then Cody Rhodes kicks out the pedigree. And then we doing some more. But then Cody goes and hits a crossroads, but he's holding on. I was like, oh, here go the 3 crossroads. I've seen this at AEW all the time. He picks him up again. hits another crossroads, but then he picks him up, he's still groggy, but then hits his dad's dusty combo with the bionic elbow, then hits the third crossroads, and then Cody wins the matchup and everybody celebrated. I thought it was a damn good matchup. I thought
match of the night.
They celebrated. Like I said, it started off a little bit slow, but then Cody, and Seth got him back in there because first of all, the crowd was already drained from Bianca. Then they was and Becky. Then they were drained from Cody's entrance because the excitement. Then it was like okay, but then they got it back into the matchup. So that's what a good professionals can do, and that's why how I feel about it going to the other match. But your thoughts on it was because it was a
match of the night. We got a question in the comments. They said, who do we want to see Cody's first feud with?
Okay, well, that's a good question. Cody's first feud, I'm gonna say
you think they're gonna send him straight to Roman or Brock, whoever wins tomorrow?
They already say he's gonna be on Raw. And they Raw need the help. So right now, I think whoever is the top,
yeah, but what title they gonna have?
United States.
Oh, come on, man! They don't.
I mean, but honestly, I know they have to look at Cody as a top player, but right now, Bobby turned babyface, so Cody's babyface also. So I mean,
all right. No, I'm confused. Well, that's cool.
Yeah. I mean,
AJ Styles? They said Age. Somebody said AJ.
It could be AJ. It could be Edge. It could be Damian Priest. Like these are the heels that they're going to have to after WrestleMania start pushing to the top because they're going to need stars. Hey, shout out to the Wrestling Down Low, the Lowdown show. He's always on my stuff, so I appreciate him in the chat.
What's the word?
Yeah. So keep.
I could see like. Him and Damian Priest wouldn't be bad, but he probably needs to.
Right for the championship just yet.
I don't think he's going right for the championship, but we need to keep him like he second in line at least. Bobby gotta get his get back because he ain't get pinned. I don't care.
Exactly. So keep hold of, keep sending in y'all questions. Keep looking around the queue. I think by the end of the full review, we go back and answer all the questions.
Yeah, I'll try to keep up.
I will try to keep answering your questions. So if we don't answer them, we will be answering them at the end of the review. Kind of like I know we don't do super chats just yet, but trust me, I want to get into them. So, but as of right now, y'all can just keep hold of questions or Prime on his side when they're doing it. But the next after that, they bring
Prime, what are these questions, bro?
Yeah, they bring out the Hall of Fame. So we got, Vader, Queen Sharmell, Shane Gansel for the Warrior Award, the Steiners, but then we know who the main event was. RJ comes out there with the smoke and waves to the fan, in Texas and everything. And I was like, okay, just, everyone taking his little moment. But then we go into the SmackDown Women's Championship, Ronda Rousey versus Charlotte Flair. Now, me and Q have a difference of opinion on this matchup, but this is my opinion of why it wasn't that great. Because first of all, the crowd was drained for it, so it was not hot for the match in the first place.
I was about to say, look what they had to follow.
Exactly. But then on top of that, there wasn't that much heat to the match because the build to this matchup has not been as good as, say, the triple threat match at WrestleMania 35. Between
what it is, though? It's because they recycled. It's because they kind of recycled it.
Yeah.
Like, they already parking lot brawl, and Ronda lost that again.
Yeah. So, with that being said, I see the call. So, with that, I will extend the call when time gets a little bit lower after probably this matchup.
Okay.
So, but not only with that, we also don't the whole story was I gotta make Ronda tap out. That was the whole story. Ronda never tapped out, so I'm gonna make her tap out. And here's the thing: that match, the way the match flowed, it wasn't really like I'm making Ronda tap out, and because she didn't win by that, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, I mean, I was just gonna keep on going. This matchup,
this feud ain't done.
It ain't done. But when it comes to this matchup, it was obvious back and forth. Charlotte got her shit in, Ronda got her shit in, and this is honestly the time I stopped taking notes. Because I was like, I'm watching the
There
match.
was some nice. I was about to say there was some crazy. Charlotte took a mean bump off the apron.
Yeah.
When Ronda, I guess she had her arm or she had her by her hair or something, just like tossed her off and she hit the ground. She hit the ground hard, man.
Yeah. Didn't she also try to do the Andrade moonsault? Because
I think so.
Because
yes, because she missed horribly.
Thank you. I was like, stop. She needs to stop. No, Charlotte is one of the most athletic women in WWE. She's athletic.
But also, Ronda did move a little bit too far.
You said, she moved far enough, you said?
Ronda moved a little bit too far over because, usually when you do it, you roll and then you roll again.
Yeah.
So that she could do the moonsault, but Ronda moved over and Charlotte missed.
But the way Charlotte missed, she just did a backflip. And I was just like, it was almost like when Red Velvet missed that standing moonsault on Rampage or whatever match she was going to be. I was like, you missed bad to the point you missed the whole body. And I was like, was Ronda too close? And I was like, because she kept doing that damn Andrade moonsault. And I'm just like I said, she's athletic. I'm not saying she can't do that, but what I'm saying is she has one of the worst moonsaults in the business. She has one of the worst moonsaults in the business. Okay? That's just the way it is.
Primarily because she's tall as hell.
I mean, even still with being tall, I was like, because she over rotates. It ain't too much about being tall. She every time Charlotte does a back from the outside, she like she might lay on her feet before she even gets to the apron. Okay, and I'm just like, and then she got to roll back with it. I'm like, that is not a terrible moonsault. She over rotates. Her corkscrew one looks good. But every time she does a regular moonsault, this stuff, she over rotates her stuff, and I'm just like, it does not look good. She don't let the body flow through the air, basically.
Right.
Yeah. So she has to work on that. So of course you have Lil Nature's the referee in this matchup. I'm just cutting to basically the spot.
Yeah, we can cut. Yeah, all the spots.
So
Lil Nate took a spear.
Yeah, so Ronda was trying to get an armbar. Then she kicked Charlotte off. Charlotte go for figure eight. She kicked Charlotte off, and then she spears Charles Robinson. I was like, damn. She kicks you off that hard, and she goes for the armbar, and she's tapping now. Obviously, there's no referee. Ronda tries to wiggle the referee, and then she gets a big boot, and then she's out, and I'm just like, okay. And then
winning with a big boot is nuts, bro.
I'm about to say the big boot finisher was like only Tess and Michelle McCool pulled that
Test.
You know who else does a big boot as a finisher now?
Who?
The black. Oh no, Brandy does.
Brandy Rose?
Yes. She calls it a shot of brandy. So when she come back and fight Charlotte ain't gonna be doing a big boot because that's Brandy's finisher.
WWE don't want Brandy. You know WWE don't want Brandy.
Hey, that's a fact. That's a fact, Jermaine. EO do need to teach Charlotte how to do a proper moonsault.
Exactly. Thank you out there. I know what I'm talking about. So Charlotte retains her SmackDown Championship, and I was like, when she won, I was like, I figured. And like I said, the crowd was just, I'm like, thank God they didn't open the show with the KO show. Thank God they saved that, because I was like, if they had did that and this ended the show,
this would have been a bad ending.
That would have been a terrible ending. A terrible ending. So that's what that was. Now, everybody in the chat, I'm letting everybody know that we have, obviously I don't have the extended call for the Google Hangouts, so I'm going to have to call my brothers right back. I know we are on the live right now. So
don't go nowhere. We'll be right back.
So don't go nowhere. It's only going to take about a couple seconds. I got to call them right back, and then we're going to get right back in this review, because I know we are live. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and call them right back now. All right. Leaving that call, and then we're gonna do it like this. So I know y'all still on the line, because we're about to get ready to get into obviously the Stone Cold matchup or segment on the KO show. So that's what we are looking forward to right now. And make sure I get my brothers back on there. So I got Prime coming on here right now. Wait for Q Flow to jump back up onto this live real quick, so we can get all into that. Okay. Oh, so it looked like somebody. Okay. Alright, minimize myself. There we go. Alright, so we back on.
Yeah, hey, watch your email, cuz.
Huh?
I was saying, watch your email.
Oh yeah, you were right about that. Hold on. My actual thought about that one. We gotta do full screen on this.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we ain't gonna see.
We here now. That's what everybody was waiting for us to talk about.
Oh, that's what everybody for. So, excuse me while gotta blow this nose real quick.
Yeah, do your thing. Grab some water.
This happens on the live, y'all. So, y'all know what it's time for. Y'all know what the fuck it's time for. It's time for the KO show featuring Stone Cold Steve Austin. And Kevin Owens makes his way out to the ring with the, first of all, shout out to the shirt. Me and Prime count the shirts. We got the KO Mania 6 shirt now. And it has KO and it has Stone Cold. So every year KO does the KO Mania shirts, and I'm like, so I have a KO Mania 2. I thought I had a KO Mania 3, but I didn't get 4 or 5. I'm trying to get KO Mania 6. I'm like, yep, I want to go WWE shop and get that shirt. And I kind of want to get that Cody shirt also.
I about to say, you see, they dropped the Cody.
Yeah,
they dropped the Cody merch. Yeah,
the shirt that says "I ended racism."
I hope it do.
It says
I kind of hope it
we
do.
are the. It says we are the nation.
Oh, that'd be funny too. Yeah, that'll be all that stuff. So Kevin Owens comes down to the ring, and then we are right now literally having the KO show right now, and he talks about Texas. He talks about how he said all this up to the people and everything, and he says, I will call Stone Cold out here, and he will do nothing. And he will sit down and he will listen to what I say because he will not disrespect me on my show. Well, bam, that glass break. Texas goes wild, and Stone Cold my sister and her boyfriend that was here it was trying to make sure, like, hold on, is that really Stone Cold, or is he trolling us again? He got like somebody that play Stone Cold, but Stone Cold, he just looking so smaller, but that is Stone Cold. So Stone Cold is coming out. First of all, he walks that long ramp and he goes and does his fist, double fist to the one side, walks the other long ramp, and then does double fist. It's KO sitting there patiently waiting, and then he's sitting there looking like, God damn, that's a long ramp. So he goes to the back, and I was like, KO was like, well, where he going? I was like, he going to get that 2003 4-wheeler.
See, what I thought was going to happen was I thought he was going to come out and then go back and then come back in his gear, in his actual gear.
Oh, and the
shirt
vest
off,
and all that?
in the vest, shirt off, and in the tights. That's what I thought.
No, because the 4-wheeler.
Somebody said that in the chat too.
No, I would say because honestly, because at this point it was still just supposed to be a segment, so we didn't think it was going to be a match. And I was just like, cool. So, but I was like, when he went to the back, I was like, he looked at that long ass ram, like, I'm old as shit. I ain't trying to get that 4-wheeler out. So, he went got the 4-wheeler. He comes down there. He tries to, also gonna do his 4 corners, and he knocks the KO, stuff down. Goes for that, and then goes to, as he knocks on the other side of the KO. So he said, "Hold on, KO said, stop the music," and he says, "Hold on, you don't just come in here disrespecting my show, taking down the sign, stuff like that." He said, "It's the KO show. I invite y'all here. So what you're going to do is you're going to sit down." And everybody was like, "Ooh, you talking Stone Cold like that?" He said, "Sit down and have a seat." And then he said, "Now I know, you came here with your stupid little haircut." And he said, your stupid clothes on and stuff like that, and you did not sit there and berate the people in Texas, you stupid son of a bitch." And he said, so I know he's coming out here to have a talk. He says, well, you know what, Steve, you're right. I kind of like tricked you because see what happened is I called you down here, but I really don't want to have a talk show segment with you. He says, I want to have a match with you. No holds barred. I want to have a match. So, and it's Stone Cold is staring at him. I'm just like, is he going to accept it? I'm sitting there like, okay, I know this was Prime. This was Prime wanted. He wanted a match. And I was just like, yeah. So I was like, okay. He keeps staring him down, and he says, well, you know what? If you want Steve Austin to beat this sack of shit, give me hell yeah. He said he'll give a fuck about cursing. He said, I'll have Vince pay for it. And then he said, I said, give me a hell yeah. So then he said, we're going to do it. And he said, now go and give me a ref. Ref comes out, run down the ring. And then here we go. We take all the shit out. Then he take the chairs out. Then he do the stare down. And we get in a match. Ding
we
ding.
Get a match.
Stone Cold versus Kevin Owens no holds barred match in the year of our Lord 2022.
2022.
This is happening. This is happening. I was sitting there hyped like, yo, I did not think this was going to happen. I really thought it was going to be like an Eric Bischoff Stone Cold thing from No Way Out 2003. If anybody remembers that, where Eric Bischoff called Stone Cold out, he just came out there in the four-wheeler, stomped a mud hole in Eric Bischoff's ass, walked it dry, and then went on about his fucking business. That's what I thought was happening here. But guess what? I was like, no, we having an actual
We got a full-on match.
We having an actual match. So, with the actual match being said, and he had both knee braces on, I was like, well, he come for a fight, obviously. And Kevin Owens already had his balls short, so he was ready for a fight. So, they go. Now, Stone Cold at the beginning do start off a little slow. I'm just like, obviously, he got to get back into it a little bit.
It's a little ring rust.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
little ring rust, because he was moving a little slow. Because those mud hole stops, I was like, all right, pace yourself. Because you got to breathe. Pace yourself. And then he goes and then he starts stomping the mud hole to Kevin Owens. The crowd's going nuts for it. But then Kevin Owens gets the upper hand and guillotines him on the rope. Then Kevin Owens is like, he tries to throw him into the barricade, but it also turns him inside out with a clothesline. And then, but Kevin Owens gets the advantage again. Then goes out and gets a table. I'm just like, we bringing tables into the ring now? I'm like, yo, first of all, Kevin Owens gonna bump his ass off of Stone Cold because ain't no way Stone Cold gonna do no table. So he set up on the sides like he could probably cannonball and miss. But then Stone Cold he grabbed him and just threw him through the table. And then he picked him up and then they walked to the crowd. Old school attitude there, Stone Cold. We fighting in the crowd now. Goes at everybody was outside. They go fight in the back rows and stuff. Then I call this the Stone Cold crowd spot. If y'all go back and watch any Attitude Era Stone Cold matchup, he would take like The Rock or Triple H into the crowd, try to attempt to do a suplex to them on the outside, and they would suplex Austin on the outside. But I was like, will he really do this because he's too old to be taking that kind of bump? Well, goddamn, he ended up taking that bump. Kevin Owens, he tried to go suplex Kevin Owens twice, and then Kevin Owens suplexes him right on the outside. I was like, oh, Stone Cold must be feeling good tonight.
Stone Cold taking bumps, yeah, man.
He must be feeling damn good, taking a bump like that.
I don't know what liquid courage he got back there, but good job.
Then we come to the front, but then Austin throws Kevin Owens back over the rail onto the announce table. Then he gets his beers, he's drinking the beers, and I was just like, oh, like he get that alcohol fuel because now he just like he started to feel it now. He's on top.
He was
of the table.
filling up like Popeye, man. He was just getting all them cans. I'm like, bro.
I was like,
pace yourself.
I was like, that was his water right there. I was like, you can get that dry mouth. You know what I'm saying? Give me another beer. Give me another beer. So then he beat Kevin Owens on the announce table. I thought he was going to give him an elbow through the announce table, to be honest with you, but that's one thing I was looking for, but he did not do that. Kevin Owens tries to escape, says, no, I can't do this. He sees the AV like, I'm going to take this to escape, but he couldn't get it started. I mean, it must have been, Hogan must have taught him. So Stone Cold comes, hits him, and then takes a ride with him on his ATV all the way to the top of the stage. Now the fight is on top of the stage. along WrestleMania stage, and then we even get a suplex to the outside on top of the stage of Kevin Owens. I was like, is he gonna fly Kevin Owens off? Because Kevin Owens would fly off the stage for Stone Cold Steve Austin. He would do that, but no. And then he just rolls Kevin Owens back down to the ring, and then as he gets drinking more beer, and you can tell that Austin get a little tired. Owens comes out of nowhere and hits the stunner. I did not think Owens was going to hit the stunner. The cannonball, the suplex, maybe even a powerbomb, but there was no way I thought he was going to get the stunner off. He hit Stone Cold with the stunner.
I didn't think he was going to get no pop-up powerbomb on Stone Cold. I thought he would get
It's just a regular powerbomb.
Oh, just a regular? Okay.
Yeah, I know pop-up, but it's a regular powerbomb. And he hit Stone Cold with that stunner, and I was just like, damn, but he kicks out. So Stone Cold kicks out, and Owens is beside him. So she said, no, we're going to finish this. Goes to get a chair. Owens comes in. He goes to hit Stone Cold with a chair. He does the old Kurt Angle spot where he hits the ropes, it bounces back and hits him in the head. Then Stone Cold gives him a stunner. 1, 2, 3. Stone Cold.
All it took was one.
In Texas. Now, that's what it wasn't no Rock and Eric Rowan. They had an actual match. Segment into match.
Whoa, did you really want to see Rock and Eric Rowan though? Come on now.
I did. I'm saying you know that. So, but I was happy to see Stone Cold, happy to have him have an actual match. So that's going down as an actual match as the main event of WrestleMania.
And it was a good match.
Yeah. So, I don't know what there wasn't nothing to hate here. I was like, Stone Cold looked good. I mean, Stone Cold looked good in this matchup and segment better than Undertaker has done in the past 7 years. When he comes back and do matches. Okay, so I'm just like, Undertaker is to the point where you gotta know. And I mean, I was like, just to have Stone Cold come back in WrestleMania and do that matchup, and now it's like I go off in the sunset and have a good match. And I'm saying the Rock and him was still a great match also, but he beat Kevin Owens. This is great for Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens is loving this shit, to be honest. But we not done yet though, because Stone Cold goes back, hits another stunner on Kevin Owens as he rolls out. Then also these two big ass black sheriffs like the Gap Band come out, and they go with their cowboy hats and they escort Kevin Owens out the arena. I'm like, who was these guys? Where the hell they come from?
Apparently they dropped the bomb on them.
I was like, did y'all see these swole ass Gap Man cops, sheriffs come out here and get him? So he took him out of here, and then
Stone Cold going through a liquor store worth of beer.
So he tosses a random beer to some guy in the audience. I don't know who that guy in the audience was. Who came with him in the ring afterwards?
That was they said it was his brother.
Oh, his brother. Okay, I didn't know someone had a brother. To be honest.
Yeah, right. He gave one to the ref. Did you see?
Yeah, but you know who wasn't going to give one? Here comes Byron Saxton.
As soon as I seen him call him in the ring, I'm like, "Oh, you idiot!"
You idiot!
You really think out of all the people Stone Cold want to celebrate with you?
Because the first thing I thought of was Stone Cold Day when the pandemic first started.
Oh my God!
Remember, March 11th was when the world shut down. March 11th, 2020 is when the world shut down. March 16th was 316 Day, and they had nobody in the arena. And then they did it at the Performance Center, and Stone Cold was sitting there, and he was like, if y'all ready for Austin 316, give me a hell yeah, and it just showed the chairs. And then Bart's like, hell yeah! Up there at the announce table, and I was like, that's the first thing I thought. I was like, oh, he going to get his ass kicked.
This is why I wanted Stone Cold to get his get back. I'm like, yo, y'all got my man out here looking bad.
It looking bad. And Byron said to make him a little, hell yeah! So, but it didn't matter because Byron Saxton was in there. And of course, he got a stunner, sold it like a champ because that's what Byron Saxton's going to do.
It was a good sell.
Yeah, it was a good sell. He was doing the dead fish and the baby cry. He was doing all that. And then he breaks his brother in the ring and they drink beer in Texas. Then he said, oh, it feels good to be back in Texas. And then he does that.
That's the bottom line.
And that's the bottom line because Stone Cold said so. And that's the way WrestleMania 38 concluded. So, that look, WrestleMania night one, I give it a thumbs up. It was fun. It was great for me.
Yep.
I was not, because you gotta say something. I wasn't expecting a match. I was expecting, like I said, that a little 5-minute brawl. Coach get his ass kicked. We had a good segment. You know, that whole thing between the Kevin Owens show and the match was like 35 minutes. They got like the whole back end of WrestleMania. So they got the show. I thought the show was good. Kevin Owens did a great part. Then actually had a no holds barred match.
They kept the crowd hyped too.
Huh?
They kept the crowd hyped too.
They kept the crowd hyped, exactly. And then on top of that, he made, like I said, Kevin Owens knows what he's doing. He's a professional. He made Stone Cold look really good. He made him look really, really good. So that's the one thing I was like, y'all got to give credit where credit is due here, because I was like, that's good, because it's always good to have a good dance partner when you older. And Kevin Owens, I was like, you know what, money will spend. I mean, well, money will take it for Kevin Owens. I was like, man, he signed back with WWE, and I go into AEW. I was like, I'm sorry, he ain't doing nothing AEW like this. Not at this moment.
Right.
So he just like, I'll stay here and I'll take this. I'm like, she damn sure will.
You're not getting a Stone Cold match at AEW. Cut.
Hey, what if he
don't do it.
I know it's all fantasy booking. What if WWE promised him like a Stone Cold match, and then AEW said, I can do you one better. I'll give you a Brett match. Even though I know it's not gonna happen, but you know how petty they are to do that.
Yeah, they are petty to do that. The French Canadians here, but I think he'll pick the Stone Cold match. To be honest,
Brett gonna walk in the room. He gonna walk in that ring and tap out the minute the bell ring.
No,
Get out of here.
You probably going to retard. You know how dangerous you are. Brett probably says some stuff like that, but I was like, Stone Cold, man, still looks good, because I seen a lot of retired guys come out. Undertaker, they came out. I was just like, y'all can just barely move. Okay, Goldberg. So I'm just throwing a couple names out there, but Stone Cold looked really good. The match was good. The surprise, but not
Stone Cold also did retire very early too.
Goldberg was good his last match.
Cody returns straight AEW Cody, so we know how that was, and him himself had a great match. I thought Bianca and Becky had the best entrances of the night, and of course they had good matches. Logan Paul did what he needed to do, and then so that it was what it was.
Yeah. And
then McIntyre shows how legit the sword is. So there's no reason why Night Winners get a thumbs up from me. So how do you rate it, Q-Flow?
Just a thumbs up from me, and it also shows that they can have a good WrestleMania in one night and in 4 hours. That's all I'm saying.
I agree with you.
Seriously though,
it shows that they can, but they just refuse to do it. I guess.
Because let's be real, honestly. Other than Roman, like if you took off McIntyre and Corbin, right? You took off Shinsuke and the Usos, and you put AJ Styles and Edge. You put Roman
Brock
and
Roman.
And
perfect card.
And honestly, if you put, I think the Raw Tag Team Championship match is going to be good tomorrow also. And you put that on there, you have WrestleMania right there. You don't need nothing else.
Yeah,
exactly.
You don't need nothing else.
Because like honestly, like look at like day two, man. Like we really got to analyze day 2. Bobby and Omos, filler. Johnny Knoxville and Sami Zayn is going to be entertaining, but it's like match. It's only going to be entertaining because he's going to get jumped by Jackass.
Yeah,
like he's going to get jumped by Jackass. So like, you know, but like, come on, like for a serious match, come on, man, like.
Yeah. So I was just like, you know, Night One gets a thumbs up from me, and I thought, honestly, like I probably say, if you had this and take 2 to 3 matches from Sunday and take 2 matches out of this card, there's WrestleMania right there, and it shows you can have a damn good WrestleMania in one night. But once again, when you try to get everybody on the card, like Xavier was already upset on Twitter that their match got canceled, and I'm just like, but it is what it is sometimes, man. And sometimes, but as of right now, for foreseeable future, they're going to be doing 2 nights, because I know Hollywood's going to be 2 nights. So I don't know, but right now it gets the thumbs up for me. Everybody has thumbs up. So
yes, sir.
We're going to go into. I know we don't have super chats. We're going to go into the live chat. If anybody has any questions they want to talk about WrestleMania, I will probably do a stand and a deliver thing, not live, but we'll talk about that. I can post that tomorrow for you guys. But for right now,
somebody said, "What's next for Becky?"
That's a good question. When it comes to Becky,
back of the line.
You know what? I think that's what probably
she gets her rematch, obviously, but then back of the line.
I mean, she may. You know what? She may have one of us in back, but I do think like we have Asuka come back. I do think Bayley's clear to come back. So those two can really shake up the women's division. But I think for Becky right now, she may have a match at WrestleMania Backlash. She get beat again, and then Becky goes to the back of the line, kind of like how Charlotte had to do it. I mean, how Bianca had to do it. To be honest. So.
I think that's all the questions.
Somebody was saying, well, the New Day was cut because Seth and Cody took too long.
And Cody took too long.
Fine. Because I didn't need to see New Day if Red Charles and Sheamus. I'll be honest with you. After
I'm not really pressed to see Butch. Like
after they bust Big E neck, I'm not that hyped to see them and stuff like that. So yeah, but if anybody has any,
somebody said they want to see Rock and Roman. We'll see, man. Maybe you think?
I think
because
Rock could come out tomorrow. It's a possibility.
He could, yeah. Because who's really left for Roman? He done beat everybody. He done beat well, Brock is Shao. If Brock is Shao Kahn, he done got Shang Tsung, John Cena.
Yes.
So who? So what's really left for him? It's The Rock.
That's a be The Rock. We do have a question here. Was it Viper Twin Gaming? Do you think Ronda gonna win that title from Charlotte? I don't know. I really think Vince is looking at this like it's not the heat that I was expecting to get from this kind of rivalry or this feud or whatever the case may be.
Right.
So it is a possibility. I'm not necessarily sure, but
yeah, that's something we just gonna have to see.
Yeah. So
we still haven't gotten Bayley versus Bianca in an I Quit match. That's why so extreme.
Well, that was the match you're supposed to have at Money in the Bank.
Oh, really? Oh, snap. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
all
so
right.
Last year, they were supposed to have that I Quit match, but then Bayley got hurt.
Oh.
So they never finished it. But once again, that was for the SmackDown title. So unless Bayley comes up to Raw, then maybe so, because I think as of right, yeah. Honestly, because I think she probably should come to Raw and finish the feud with Bianca, because SmackDown already has Sasha and Charlotte. And you give Raw, you give Raw the other two, and give them Bayley and Becky.
Mm-hmm.
And then you probably get a triple threat match at WrestleMania Backlash, and then you could probably move on to Bianca.
Bring Alexa Bliss back.
Yeah, exactly, and bring Asuka back. So that there's
bring Asuka back.
I think when Bayley comes back, she'll probably be a Bayley hugger, or not Bayley hugger, but she'll be a face. She'll be a face, not hugger Bayley, but she'll be a face.
I mean, she'll probably be a face, but she can automatically just turn heel.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think
if she come back as a face, don't come back with that stupid song.
Yeah, no, I think she'll be Bayley that we know, but I still think she'll be a face because I don't know. I think her where she was going even before she got injured, she was on her way to being a face. I thought. So.
After Stand and Deliver, who do y'all see getting called up?
Braun Breaker, because if you're not getting called up, I lost my points for no reason.
So I was watching that match. I was just like, "Ooh, he hot right there." Because what did I say? And he argued me down.
Yo, you the only one who has faith in Dolph Ziggler,
man,
and I can't be mad at you.
We had this DZ crew.
I can't be mad at you.
We had the DZ crew, and I was like, "Ooh, probably hot," because he wasn't. I was like, I should text me. He ain't gonna say nothing to me right now. All I said was, "I told you."
Yeah, Braun Breaker. So is Tommaso done wrestling, or
look, I think
he
just
NXT.
Left? I think because he was on the Battle Royal on Friday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I think he's.
All right, well, Ciampa's coming up.
I think he coming up. I think it's Ciampa. I think it's LA Knight. I think there's me personally. I don't think there's two ways I feel about Braun Breaker. It could be a thing where you
don't think Gunther?
Because
Gunther.
See, the thing was, I was wondering if they would give him a run with the NXT Championship. And I figure if they do that, I would like to see Gunther versus Braun Breaker, not Gunther versus Dolph Ziggler. But it's like maybe that Braun Breaker gets a shot, and then okay, well, then it goes against Gunther. Maybe not, but Braun Breaker could be a thing, or they could put Melo in that spot. I think Melo stays in NXT though. I don't think he comes to the main roster.
Yeah, nah. Because him and Trick, they can chill out down here.
And I also think that maybe they. Yeah, I may have to agree. Probably maybe like Imperium because after WrestleMania, they always let go of a good amount of people. They do the spring cleaning,
right?
So you're going to have people on the roster to kind of like help out. So you're going to have to go get a lot of your NXT talent. So there are going to be some people that's going to probably be called up that probably shouldn't be called up yet. But
unfortunately, I'm going to call it now. I'm going to say Imperium get called up like how Sanity got called up. Yeah, I think that's how it's happening. Unfortunately.
So will Imperium end up like Sanity or Hit Row?
More like Sanity.
Okay. Oh, those guys, man. I do miss Sanity sometimes though.
Because then they changed. I heard that they changed their theme song.
Yeah, they did. They did change the Imperium's theme song. Did it need to be changed? Absolutely not. But they changed it anyway. And because you know how WWE is, so. But yeah, those are the people I think who are going to be called up. So we got a little bit more time. People want to throw down any more questions they have in there about whether it be Takeover or whether it be WrestleMania 38. Like I said, I'll be doing a takeover review later. You know, I know you told me, you know, one of your homies was not liking Stone Cold's match. I'm like, you just gotta tell me why.
Yeah, man. Range and Cut, man. They those my guys. They some haters, man. I don't care.
She said some haters.
They some haters, man. Cut is anti WWE. I don't want to hear it.
Oh, is he like pro AEW? Or
he is pro AEW to the max.
Oh wow. I mean, trust me, I can go out there and name a couple of their mistakes too. So you know, everybody ain't perfect out here, but look, it just felt good to have that WrestleMania thing again because I didn't watch those Supercard. Was it Supercard Honor Prime they did, or what was it?
Oh yeah, Supercard of Honor or whatever.
Dude, that was a good show.
Oh, there ain't no doubt it was. There ain't no doubt it was. I gotta check it out later. Like I said, because
I think it was one of ROH's best shows in years, obviously because they got new management and everything. But overall, I liked it. FTR and Briscoes was probably still to this point, in my opinion, still match of the weekend. But that's just me.
Okay, so was it like a pay-per-view, or was this the first ROH AEW?
It's a pay-per-view.
Oh, okay. You know, everything was happening on WrestleMania weekend. It's the biggest weekend in wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
Jermaine Watkins. Okay, so KO and Seth are great. They built two most interesting matches without their opponents. Yes, they did. I will, because KO had to sell that whole thing by himself. There was no Stone Cold to be found, and we obviously didn't know about the opponent that Seth was going to have, and it was to be Cody. And he got that flashback to that Battleground 2013 Rhodes Brothers versus The Shield. So he was like, "Oh, flashback. We got history." Well, all right, guys. So tomorrow we plan on doing the same thing, going live for WrestleMania Night 2 around the same time. This time I will actually have it set so you guys can actually go to chat and wait for it and stuff like that. Make sure tomorrow I should have my NXT Stand Deliver review, and I should also have my our Hall of Fame review. I put the audio up, and so y'all go listen to it on podcast. I'll put the actual video up tomorrow and stuff. I may put up some more classic reviews. You know, they weren't getting a good reception, so I figured I was like, I'm not gonna keep shoving them down. Somebody throw them down, not watching them. So that's why I haven't put too much of those up. But yeah, I enjoy Wrestlemania. I enjoy going live with you guys. Hopefully, you guys can come back tomorrow and we can talk some more and things like that. The Jermaine Walker's Damien Priest changing his finisher. I'm not sure. I didn't know.
I don't think so.
Yeah,
he's gonna have to.
He's gonna have to.
Yeah.
Why? What's his finisher called?
It's the Crossroads.
Oh, that's why he asked. Oh yeah, he's changing that. He gonna go to the
that's gone. That's gone. We just spent $5 million for this finisher. Yeah, that's gone.
To the Damien's Edge, or he's gonna go something else. But yeah, that record is gone. You're absolutely right about that. Yeah, Cody's back. He's like, yeah, you better pick something else. pick something else. So
that's gonna be his first feud. They're gonna fight for it.
Yeah, fight for it.
Also, we forgot to mention, or at least if I did, I wouldn't pay attention. Gable Steveson came out. And,
we don't
that's
care.
right. Your stuff ain't Steveson.
Come on, kid.
Dog, he came out in regular fit. Like, we good. Like, get your singlet. Let's get it going.
He don't know how to wrestle.
Well, he don't know how to WWE wrestle.
He don't know how to. Yeah, he's not a professional wrestler. Yes.
He's an Olympic gold medalist.
I ain't gonna say he don't know how to wrestle. You know,
he's not a pro wrestler. That's what I should say. But then again, neither is Stephanie. So you know.
Don't worry. Look, when he goes into the Chad Gable's thank you wrestling camp, it'll be fine.
Right.
He'll be all right. I have faith.
The guys who got wrestling in their background tend to be okay too. Like.
Yeah. Did you hear what he said about Chad Gable?
Who? Gable Stevenson?
Yeah.
What do you say?
He said, I'm a big superstar, so you're going to have to change your name, buddy.
Uh-oh. Here we go. Fight for the name. You're like, shush.
Yeah, I heard they're supposed to be booking. I heard they're supposed to be booking him like Brock. So, we'll see.
Oh, no, I kind of want 2000 Kurt Angle all over again, but I got that with Gable right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll see how things work out. But guys, yes, thank you guys for joining our live. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, and share. And once again, this is NC, the place we children will stay in the man with the reality revolutionary freshman flow.
It's been real.
And not Deion Sanders for prime time.
It's really been real.
Yes. I hope she's watching this so she can creep show. She probably sleep though. But you know what, guys? Take it easy. See you guys tomorrow.